Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Sharin no Kuni, Himawari no Shoujo. So yesterday, got myself new glasses. Checked my eyes after like 7 years of not checking. Turns out I got cylinders in my eyes now. Which is not good. Must be because I keep looking at the computer screen all day, every day. That was my bad. I didn't know that glasses were surprisingly expensive, dude. Well, the lenses itself was an alright price. But like, the frame, those are super expensive. Like, it's super crazy how expensive they get. Thankfully, I just used the older frame that I have before. But if I wanted to make a new one, the cheapest one was like $50. Just the frame, mind you. But yeah, today is also Sachi's birthday. Not the fake Sachi, but the real Sachi. You know, from Grisaia. So, bought her a cake yesterday. It was nice. And now, let's continue on with Sharin no Kuni. Last time, if I'm not wrong, we stopped at when we were trying to sell the jewel or something, right? A diamond. We managed to get a decent amount of sleep for the first time in some while. I got up a bit early though, so I could check up on how my wounds were doing while Mana and Sachi were still asleep. My shoulder was still looking pretty damn bad. I've been really enjoying playing through this game again, by the way. That's not something that I can say much about. Like, I'm not the type that replays games multiple time, or the type that watch anime multiple time, unless it's a really good one. I've actually played Persona 4 quite a lot. But that's about the only game I play multiple times, really. Well, as long as I didn't end up in a fistfight with Sachi, I smiled to myself. Mana came out of the closet, interrupting my reverie.
Ohaya!
Well, aren't we lively this morning?
お姉ちゃんの真似だよ。
Please, be careful that you only imitate her good qualities.
私のいいところって何？
Damn, you were awake?
今日はビリッと頑張れなさそう。
So, she had finally exhausted herself. Feeling under the weather.
気持ち悪いかも。寝とくね。
And so Sachi went right back to bed. Mana, let's go shopping.
お姉ちゃん、行ってきます。
Sachi had wrapped herself in her blankets and seemed unwilling to offer a response. This supermarket is pretty crowded. Though, if there is one thing I have to... sorry about that. I have to critic the game for... This game has the syndrome of old storytelling, right? Where when you're in this particular route, they don't really utilize a lot of the other characters that we got introduced for, right? Like, right now, we're in chapter 2, which is basically Sachi's arc in the story, right? And as you can see, there's barely any Toka, any Natsumi, and any of the... who else? Sorry, Toka's mom, right? Yeah, Toka's mom. Only Sachi, Isono to some extent, and Mana.
そうみたいだよ。この町で一番大きいんだって。
That's probably the only complaint I have so far. Like, you know, they don't utilize the characters all that much. But then again, maybe it's because they don't really need to. Like, they're probably just doing their own thing while we're doing this. And it kind of makes sense because this is a game about managing these rehabilitees, right? I doubt they're actually doing something stupid while we're not keeping an eye on them. But you know, it would have been nice to add more interactions. Have you said your farewells to the store manager?
今までどうもでしたってちゃんと言ったよ。
I don't know if that will transpire to the other chapters, but right now it feels kind of bare bones, right? It's all about Sachi, Sachi, Sachi. Good job.
でも店長さんはね違ってたよ。
Different.
新しい店長さんが来ててその人と交代になったらしいの。
I see. I guess that poor sucker had gotten fired.
新しい店長さんは優しくていつもみんなに声をかけてるの。
It seems they had assigned a capable person to the position this time around. Maybe Pops had recommended someone. The store was affiliated with a major chain after all. Pops could have been the owner for all I knew. Most of his career was a total mystery to me, but I could at least imagine just how ridiculous the extent of his networking and funding was.
早く行こう。朝のセールが始まっちゃうよ。わーわーわー。
The store really was crowded, and that's actually pretty cute. It felt like the entire town had decided to meet there or something. A number of fierce-looking characters had gathered under a red curtain hanging from the ceiling in the corner of the store. Just who exactly are these guys?
ソーセージがたくさんだよ。
Mana dashed off into the crowd.
どいてどいて。
She forced her way past the old women who were twice her height.
これはマナのだよ。
Oh ho! How daring!
これもこれも。
Mana refused to retreat even a single step backward, despite the crowd closing in on her from all corners.
ケンイチもだよ。何やってるの？
Mana was getting pretty excited. I'd have to help her out a bit with this brain of mine. The time had come to dazzle a plethora of cosmopolitan damsels with the vibrant charms of my most fragrant ballroom mask. What? What are you talking about, Kenichi? Excuse me, ma'am. My name is Morita Kenichi. I ran my fingers through my hair and strode up to an old woman in the crowd. I'd been blown away. Of course, I should have expected that. These women were like rampaging cows, whose eyes were blind to all but the most precious price tags. Reasoning with them would have proven impossible. Misdirection would prove to be a better tactic. Hey! There's a sale on somewhere in the Western clothes section. What was that? Western clothes. Let's go. Hurry up. If we die, we die together. Honestly, I couldn't believe my ears. Eventually, they had all fled the scene. Glad that's over with. Mana, let's get going. I'm pretty tired. She's not here! We left the store after I finally managed to assist Mana with her ordeal. Mana's struggle had occupied the entirety of the morning hours, it would seem.
たくさん買えたね。
She looked quite pleased with herself. You're pretty tough.
早く帰ってご飯の支度しようね。
Sachi wasn't there when we returned. Now, where has she gotten off to?
具合悪そうだったのにね。
I unloaded our ingredients while pondering Sachi's absence. Gas.
あ、直してもらうの忘れてたね。
Man, guys, at this point it's been like 2 weeks or something, right? I'll go get the gas guy. That guy was pretty damn lazy. Then again, his lack of motivation probably had something to do with Sachi not having paid her gas bill in ages.
でもプレゼントの受け取りしないといけないじゃないの？
Oh yeah, I needed to stick around. But we might not be able to get things ready in time for dinner if we sat around waiting for the package to arrive. I fished around in my Duralumin case. Don't lose this, alright?
ハンコ？
Right. You're holding in your hands Morita Kenichi's official seal. When the package gets here, accept it and press that stamp for them.
わかった。
Ooh, that's... I don't know how to feel about that, Kenichi. Not a good idea in my book. Mana was a smart kid, so it would be fine. Oh... I don't know about that, Kenichi. Do you know where the gas vendor's place is?
学園の近くだよ。
Alright, you cut the vegetables and get the rest of the preparations done, so we can get started immediately as soon as the gas is back on.
Hi!
Mana's lively voice followed me as I left the room. Well, she said it was near the school, but I've ended up at the school itself. I didn't know my way around here just yet, so I decided to ask a student for directions. Ah, you over there, ma'am. You know where the gas vendor's place is? Wait, there was no one here. As you may know, it happens to be summer break right now. Am I going crazy or something? I think you're always crazy, Kenichi. Seriously, I could have sworn there was someone behind me just now.
Kenichi?
Ah. Oh ho ho, so someone was here. I'm not crazy after all.
おかしくなっちゃったの?
Aren't you a bit off your rocker yourself? Why exactly are you at school if you're not feeling well?
いや、カバディ部の練習があって。
Don't lie to me. The hell would you know about kabaddi? What the heck is a kabaddi? Google? Contact team sport played between two teams of 7 players each. The objective of the game is for a single player on offense referred to as a raider. I have absolutely no idea what this is. It kind of looks similar to sumo wrestling. Because everyone's just tackling each other, what the heck? Looks kind of crazy. Man, this sport is violent as shit. Oh my god.
そんなに怒らないでよ。
A makeup test then.
国語のね。
She's lying, huh? It must be tough for you common folk. I wholeheartedly believe that school should be training for society, not some place where you just sit around and study useless crap all day. I won't try to impose my ideals upon you though.
なんかブツブツ言ってるし。
By the way, what were you really doing here? I asked her as casually as possible.
ごめん、言えない。
You absolutely positively cannot tell me.
そんな大したことじゃないから。
In all likelihood, it was something major. It would be a good idea to press the issue a bit. I ran through a few possibilities in my head. Did Pops call you up here?
いや、呼び出されたってわけじゃ。
But you met with him.
はあ、健一には隠し事できそうにないね。
She exhaled deeply.
会ってちょっと質問してたのよ。
About what?
私の義務についてどうにかならないかってことを。
Why didn't you ask me? I felt kind of disappointed.
御社について聞いてたから。あれって実績ある高等人の口添えが必要なんでしょ?
So that's what she's been looking up the other day. Yeah, that's true. I couldn't help you out with that. I'm just a small fry compared to someone like him.
とにかくそういうことだから。なんかごめんね。
Anywhere? I think that's supposed to be anyway. If you want money, you need to work hard and save up.
そうする。
It looked like she had something more on her mind. But I had to hurry up and talk with the gas vendor. Sachi, do you know if the gas vendor's place is around here?
あるよ。一度喧嘩したから。
Because you refused to pay the damn fee.
だって基本料金みたいなの取られるのがムカついたんだもん。
Life ain't fair, kid. Just gotta learn to deal with shit like that. That's true. I had Sachi guide me to the gas vendor. It was now 3 in the afternoon. I had ended up having to pay for it, but the gas had been restored.
ケンイチ、準備はできてるよ。何しようっての？一緒にご飯食べるの。ああ、そういうのもたまにはいいかもね。
Sachi went back to staring at her PC. Mana, a stamp. I tapped Mana on the shoulder, prompting her to carefully remove the stamp from her skirt pocket and hand it to me. Did they ask you anything when you pressed the stamp?
平気だったよ。
See, it had gone fine. I don't know, Kenichi. What'd you do with the present? I whispered that this so that Sachi wouldn't hear us discussing it.
クローゼットの中だよ。
Surprised her with it after we were finished with dinner. We started cooking, Mana grinning happily all the while. Kenichi sure trusts Mana, huh? If I was Kenichi, like in his sort of position, I wouldn't trust Mana with my stamp. That's like, not necessarily because I don't trust Mana, but it's like really easy to tempt someone into using it for something bad. Dinner's ready.
あ、マジで？もうちょっと待って。今終わらせるから。
What are you doing? Playing poker?
勝ってるからいいじゃん。
That is exactly why you have fallen into such a dire strats.
破滅なんてしてないよ。ちょっと時間を奪われただけ。
Straits. She had been acting more and more lax ever since we had returned from the cave.
いやー、久しぶりにやると楽しいんだよ。わからないだろうな。真面目に働いている人たちには、お姉ちゃん、食べよう。ギャンブルに勝った後の飯はうまいんだよね。
Well, whatever. I'd let her have her fun for now.
でね、問題なのはこの国の言語がおかしいってことなのよ。
Sachi leveled complaint at us while she sloppily ate her vegetable stir fry.
例えばさ、流行のことをブームって言うじゃない？
Yeah, so?
どっちなのよって感じじゃない？
Huh? No, I do not. Who cares?
あとはさ、ホチキスのことをホッチキスって言うじゃない？
Huh? Yeah, so?
どっちなのよって感じじゃない？ほほー。
What the fuck is she talking about? Apparently, Mana was pretty impressed though.
あとはアントニオ・バンデスなのかバントニオ・アンデラスなのかわからない。
Alright, I get it already.
オカ・マスミなのかスターリンなのかわからない。
Now you're talking about physical appearance.
うるさいな。じゃあケンイチは牛乳のことをミルクだとでも思ってんの？
Yeah, they are in fact the same thing.
お姉ちゃんは賢いな。
Mana, please.
所詮人間の作ったものなんて曖昧なのよ。だから私は絶対自分主義で自分だけの言語で会話するのよ。
And that would be the first step along the road to violating the basic tenets of society.
お姉ちゃんはかっこいいな。レールって言うけどさ、何？社会の枠って言い換えればいいのかな？
What is it this time?
見たことあんの？そのレールっての。それ鉄道？線路ってこと？特急？各駅？
Are you on drugs?
社会のレールなんて誰も見たことがないっての。人間はね、何かわからないことがあると神様とか妖怪とかさらにわけのわからない奴らのせいにしてきたのよ。
I mean, I don't disagree with that. Oh boy.
科学が発展して曖昧なものが減ってきて世の中わからないものがなくなったかと思わせておいて、実は私たちの方から社会とかいうわけのわからないものを作り出してんのよ。
I think I know what you're getting at. Humans can't live without stuff they don't quite understand, right?
そうそう、責任を取ってくれるやつがいないと不安なのよ。
That's true.
マナ、よくわかんないよ。
When I was a kid, I probably don't understand too, Mana, don't worry. Well, to some extent, I probably understand this part about God and stuff like that, but I don't think I totally understood something to push the blame into. She waved her chopsticks in the air. Alright, thanks for the meal. I put away my chopsticks and shouted at her. Happy birthday, Sachi.
おめでとう。え？誕生日じゃないけど？
Oh shit, it's actually the 23rd. Not this Sachi's birthday, okay, Kenichi? Other Sachi's birthday. Alright? Alright, man? Congratulations.
おめでとう。え、何？無理やりめでたい日にしようとしてない？
Mana, go get it.
お姉ちゃんにプレゼントだよ。
She took the wrapping off of the present without saying a word. Tension hung in the air.
これって。
Mana bought it for you. That's why she was working at the supermarket. Her laughter wasn't a pleasant type. Things weren't looking good. How is it? Doesn't it make you just super happy? It's on the rise, right? I tried just going with the flow, in hopes of picking Sachi up along with it.
お姉ちゃん、どうかな？どうって？何がめでたいの？
Why, today's the day that we commemorate your return voyage into the world of painting.
ウケるんだけど。マジか。いや、まさかとは思ってたけど。こんなご丁寧なもんは、よくもまあ。
What the hell? Okay, I definitely can't laugh like Kenichi there. That atmosphere is too weird for me to laugh. Yeah, things were definitely taking a turn for the worse. Calm down, idiot. Sachi looked at Mana, a mixture of disgust and anger on her face.
Mana, あんたって、私の気持ちとか考えてくれないの？こんなもんもらって、私が喜ぶとでも？ケンイチもやめてよ。もう嫌だって言ったじゃん。気持ちは嬉しいけど、マナの優しさはわかるけど、こんなのひどいって。私って適当だけど、これはマジでやってたんだって。ノリでなんとかなるもんじゃないんだって。
I knew that. I'd invaded the innermost depths of Sachi's feelings.
ごめんなさい。お姉ちゃん、ごめんなさい。マナ、お姉ちゃんがこれでまた絵を描いてくれるんじゃないかなって。それで。だから、それが迷惑だって。わかんない子だよね、ほんと。
Mana started to sob.
でも、どんなにマナがお姉ちゃんに嫌われても、起きてる時に顔を合わせてくれなくても、お姉ちゃんはきっと絵を描いてるのが一番いいんだよ。あんたごときに私の何がわかるってのよ。わかるもん。絶対お姉ちゃんはもっとすごいんだもん。黙って掃除してお風呂洗って買い物してくれるだけの子供だと思ったらとんだ外れを引いちゃったよ。
Sachi!
口うるさいことこの上ないじゃん。不幸な境遇のくせにいつもニコニコしちゃってさ。君が悪いっての？子供なんだから自分のことだけ考えて楽に生きればいいじゃない。
Hey, Sachi!
あんたみたいな意味拾わなきゃよかった。
I couldn't stop her from saying those words. Silence, Mitsuhiro. I grabbed Sachi's arm and started dragging her out of the room.
話してよ。
Come with me. Oh, sorry. Calm down. What? I was so surprised that I jumped. I had seen Mana out of the corner of my eye. I started trembling. Even after hearing such hideous words from her sister, Mana refused to falter. Her eyes held no tears. They merely stared into Sachi's with an unshakable determination. Now I understood why ordinary people like Sachi or myself could see Mana as being creepy. Mana wasn't strong, clever, or anything of the sort. She was on a completely different level from such trifling praises. Her act of purchasing painting tools for Sachi had not been a child's naive desire for fun. It had been a human act of self-sacrifice meant to accomplish her goal, no matter the cost. I felt a sense of awe that bordered on terror. I hurriedly forced Sachi out of the room. Sachi, calm down a bit. I let go of her arm and started rubbing her back. Sachi started weeping while I was doing so.
私、なんてこと。ひどい。マナに、ひどいこと。
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
あんなこと、普段思
I knew that her words had been spur of the moment. Real people's personalities headed in dark directions when they wanted to hurt someone else. They weren't like the straightforward characters found in my sci-fi novels. Even so, I couldn't overlook Sachi's mistakes so easily. Let me hear your story. I crossed my arms and stepped away from Sachi.
ごめんごめん私なんてことを言ってしまったんだろう
Crying about it won't get us anywhere.
でもあんないい子に4年も一緒に暮らしてたのに
Is this the first time? The first time you said stuff like that without thinking. The first time she had lost her patience with her sister.
まさかあんなことを言う自分がいるなんて
Me neither.
何が元気よ私最低じゃん
Personality and character type matter not in the face of impulse. Every human being has a black box inside their heart. And within that box could be either potential or profound darkness.
私マナのこと好きなんだよ
If you hated her, we wouldn't be talking like this right now.
よく働くし私の言うこと何でも聞いてくれるけど絵を描けってうるさいの私がネットやってると後ろでじっと見てるのがたまらなく嫌なのでもすごく可愛いのちょろちょろと私の後ろ歩いてきてさ
I needed to be a bit more harsh with her. Mana isn't your pet. Does a dog or cat genuinely care about its owner's well-being? Are they capable of comprehending that their sister can't keep living the way she has been? Sachi just sat down at her feet.
私気づいてるこのままじゃダメになっちゃうってことでも全然踏ん切りがつかなくてずるずると今まで過ごしちゃってたの
I think most people can understand Sachi a bit more than me at least. When I was playing this the first time, I hated Sachi's guts. Now that I'm seeing this again, it's not all that bad because while I might not understand what she's feeling through, I can sort of feel the same thing about taking that first step. When you first want to change, it's quite hard, right? But then again, if you don't try to take that first step, that means you're doomed to failure because you're not even trying.
マナと出会った時からずっと逃げてたのかも
And people might even say that what Sachi's doing is not even all that problematic, you know? I can say what she's doing is actually something that happens to a lot of people in the current world. I listened to Sachi's confession.
マナが私に画材道具を渡そうとするのは初めてのことじゃないのお姉ちゃんこれあげる何これチョークこれで絵が描けるでしょマナこれじゃ落書きしか描けないよ落書きでもいいから描いていや今日はマナの誕生日だよお願い仕方ないな下手でも笑わないでねやったーちょっと待っててね私って結構絵に時間をかけるから待つよずっと待ってるよあっち行ってて気が散るからはーい楽しみだな
Like, the reason why Mana wants her to keep drawing was because she probably sensed something when Sachi was talking about, you know, drawing, right? That's probably when she thinks that Sachi is the most happy. That's probably what led to Mana keeping, like, you know, asking Sachi to draw for her. That's pretty
こっちわ
damn...
かってると思うけど 私そのまま絵を描かずに遊びに行ったの。
It's a pretty damn crazy determination though for a kid.
それでね、また次の年くらいにさ。お姉ちゃん、お姉ちゃん、何持ってるの？プレゼントだよ。は？鉛筆じゃん。これね、近所の文房具屋さんでね、ちょっとお掃除の手伝いしたらもらえたんだよ。これで何しろっての？鉛筆くらい持ってるけど。色鉛筆なんだよ。お姉ちゃん持ってないでしょ？必要ないからね。だからこれで絵が描けるでしょ？嫌だって前にも言ったでしょ？今日はマナとお姉ちゃんが姉妹になった日だよ。なんかずるくない？描いて色が足りないよ。12色しかないじゃん。私配色にこだわるからさ、これじゃあちょっと無理だよ。そうなんだ、知らなかったよ。ごめんね、気持ちだけもらっとくよ。
You know, it's kind of crazy, right? If you think about it in another way, if Mana... Like, the smarter you are, the more you're less to force someone to do something, right? Which is, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Say if Mana was smart and she's able to read expressions, right? She probably would have stopped doing this a long time ago, right? But because Mana cares more than actually be smart, she cares more about how Sachi should live, right? It's actually pretty amazing in its own way. マナ、絵のこと何も知らないでお姉ちゃんにわがまましてた。気にしないで。Any average person would definitely stop what she's trying to do because they'd rather maintain that sort of happy relationship that they have, right? Rather than push it and then break that happy relationship. もっと勉強してみるね。それからマナはネット使っていろいろ調べ出したの。So, she found out about your award and what everyone had been saying about you. それでさ、マナは60色入りの色鉛筆セットをどうやってか手に入れて持ってきたんだけど。So, you told her that you were a watercolor painter and that you needed paints, right? まったく、ひどいことしたよ。絵の具が揃ったら、次はイーゼルがないとかキャンバスが欲しいとか意地悪してさ。And Mana had no money at the time, so she had no way of getting a hold of stuff like that. そう、それでね。さ、私ってそばで誰かが見てると描けないんだよね。そうなんだ。だからさ、マナが寝てる時に描くから。でも道具は自分で揃えるから。本当？うん。だからもうあんまり絵を描けって騒がないで。ごめんね。マナ、お姉ちゃんの絵が好きだから。生活のお金を稼がなきゃいけないから、あんまり絵に使える時間も少ないけど、それでもいい？うん。待つよ。ずっと待つよ。楽しみだな。それから結局道具も揃えてなかったの。And your next excuse was that you were only making enough money to just barely scrape by, correct? ケンイチは何でもお見通しだね。Sachi must have seen Mana as an overbearing coach. But you can't just have negative memories of Mana, can you? Sachi suddenly looked nostalgic. 私さ、こんな性格だから友達できてもなんか長続きしないんだよね。結局自分第一ってのがバレてたのかも。I mean, I do too. 義務を負ってからは特に友達が減ってね。仲が良かった夏美も豹変しちゃったし、磯野くんも狂っちゃったからマジつまんなかったのよ。She refused to actually come out and say that she was lonely. It was so like her.
でもマナはずっと一緒にいてくれた。いつも話しかけてきてくれた。私のためにご飯作って部屋を掃除して買い物に行ってくれたの。
That was all because she wanted you to start painting.
気づいてたよ。あの子いつもお金があればなーって言ってたもん。もっとお金があれば私が絵に専念できるってことでしょ。
So you understand this much, but still, I guess there's nothing I can say more. There's nothing more I can say to you.
だって私の絵なんてしょぼいし、きっとマナはがっかりするよ。私が止まってる時に見る夢はさ、いつもそうなの。寝ないで頑張って腕がつりそうになりながら描いて、それでも時間が足りなくてどうにかして完成した絵をマナに見せるの。そしたらマナはさ、いつものニコニコした顔で言うの。これ見たことあるよって。
So her trauma from the plagiarism ordeal was deeper than I had thought.
がっかりだよ。お姉ちゃんって全然頑張ってなかったんだねって。ちょっと賞を取って天狗になってたんだねって。
Sachi started heading in strange directions.
ダメなお姉ちゃん。まだギャンブルしよう。お姉ちゃんみたいに毎日無駄に生きてる方が楽だよって。それで
I get it. That's enough. I placed my hands on her quivering shoulders.
どんなに頑張ったか知らないけど、マナが残念だったから全然無駄だったねって。遊んでた方がいいよって。
Oh, sorry.
どんなに頑張ったか知らないけど、マナが残念だったから全然無駄だったねって。遊んでた方がいいよって。
Sachi, let's go back inside, okay?
ごめんマナ。お姉ちゃんには無理なんだよ。
Sachi's screams sank into the mountains with the sun. I would be doing something very cruel to Sachi shortly. I would make her take her medicine. And then, beneath that beautiful sleeping face, she would be haunted by more terrible nightmares. I pulled an all-nighter to read up on Sachi's medicine. It turned out that it contained a chemical that had been proven to build up in the brain and induce nightmares. After I looked around some more, I found that there had been many reported cases of people with Sachi's obligation having these sort of nightmares. As a result, they were unable to adopt a positive attitude regarding their rehabilitation. In other words, I ground my teeth together. The country bears some responsibility for the fact that Sachi had been unable to get her life back on track. What do you think of this, One-chan? What a corrupt country, dude. Fucking corrupt country. Sachi's eyes snapped open at 7 a.m. sharp. You okay?
マナは
Still asleep. Mana had already been asleep inside the closet by the time we returned.
なんか気持ち悪い。いつものことだけど。
Her eyelids fluttered rapidly. Sorry to bring this up when you're down in the dumps, but today's the day we gotta pay up. That is, detain Mana with the money we had obtained from selling the diamond. I'll go give Pops the cash. You just rest here.
いいよ。私が行く。
Don't push yourself. You really don't look so good.
私のお金なんだから、私が管理するの。
Well, aren't we stubborn?
ケンイチこそ休んでたら？
What, me?
あんたって洞窟でいろいろ無茶してたみたいじゃん。傷とか大丈夫なの？
Well, you do have a point.
じゃあ今日は寝てなよ。
Unfortunately, I don't think that's really an option. I need to give Pops a progress report anyway. Man, I actually didn't think that this chapter would be affecting me quite as heavily as it is right now. Playing it again actually makes it, you know, it feels so real, the problems that Sachi is dealing with. I don't think it was that real to me when I was like younger. I probably thought that Sachi was just making excuses for everything that she was doing. And objectively, that is what she was doing. But humans do that, right? They do. You can sleep until the afternoon. Then we can go together when you wake up. That fine?
そうだね。
Good night. I dug around inside my Duralumin case, looking for the stuff I needed to draft up my report.
ケンイチ、
Sachi called out to me from the bed.
マナが起きたら謝っといてくれる？
About yesterday? Do it yourself.
厳しいね。
Apologizing wouldn't get Sachi anywhere. Mana wouldn't forgive her until she started painting again.
私、ひどいお姉ちゃんだよ。ごめんね、マナ。ごめん。
I'm sorry. Sachi continued apologizing to the point of parody. Ooh-wee. I'd spent all morning writing the report. Sachi's rehabilitation is gonna start getting tricky after this. Painting would definitely seem to be the fastest method. Unfortunately, painting has traumatized her to the point that she has recurring nightmares about it. Well, even so, it's my best option. Should I force her to start painting by employing special guidance? Of course, that presents another problem. Forced education is never as effective as voluntary education. What should I do? I'm having this much trouble with just one person already, and I have to supervise One and Natsumi too after this. I wonder how other high-class individuals manage to look after so many people at once. Are they going about this differently than I am?
何悩んでるの？
Oh, I thought there wouldn't be any interactions with other characters because this is Sachi's chapter. Guess the game's proven me wrong yet again. Oh?
相変わらずブツブツうるさいやつだね、森田健一は。
Ha.
いきなりため息？
I bet you still lick the backs of the lids on yogurt cups.
どうしてそれを？
I was just guessing. I do it too, actually. Took a side thoughtfully.
だってもったいないんだもん。
Yeah, I know how you feel. Just try to do it where no one can see you.
確かに子供っぽいよね。ってなんでそんなことを森田健一に言われなきゃいけないのよ。
Still as irritable as ever. What are you doing here?
あの怖い人が学園まで来いって。
Why are you the one running the errands?
最初はお母さんに電話がかかってきて、それでお母さんが私に命令したの。
What a roundabout method. Roger, sorry for bothering you.
うん。
Laters.
サチはどう？
She seemed worried. It's been kind of bumpy these past few days.
元気？
You wouldn't be able to tell even if she weren't.
お母さんから聞いたんだけど、サチが終わったら私の面倒を見るって本当？
That's if, and only if, I can get Sachi's obligation cleared.
長くなりそうだね。頑張って。
Her words filled me with vigor. Alright, see ya. Sachi was still in bed when I returned to the room. The closet was also firmly shut. My dealings with Pops were unrelated to Sachi, and I didn't want to disturb her rest. I'd come by again later, and then we'd go pay the money together. I left a message and headed out. I've come to give my report. I presented him with the documents.
成果は出ていないようだな。
He hadn't so much as glanced at the report.
光弘の義務を解消させる最も簡単な方法は、強制的に1年以上働けと命じることだ。守ればよし、破れば終わり。
Wouldn't that method significantly increase the chance of her having a relapse?
また同じように労働を強いればよい。時間を無駄にしている人間にとって、人生は実に長いものなのだから。
But wouldn't that mean they would never be rehabilitated? He had a point. It would certainly make the act of supervision easier. However, I will continue to endeavor toward my own ideal of rehabilitation.
結構。では次。
It seemed that he would be content as long as I produced results, regardless of how I had achieved them.
例のマナという少女だが、大使殿から追加の祝い金をいただいた。
Huh? The gears in my head start to spin. So, how much would it cost to detain Mana now? Hozuki stated the necessary amount. That'd be hundreds of millions if you converted it to yen. Unpleasant laughter found its way from my mouth. A diamond was worthless in comparison to that sum. Even if they are fantastically wealthy royalty, why are they willing to pay that amount for a single girl?
事情は理解できない。だが、キャッシュでの支払いを確認した。
They were out of their goddamn minds. Understood. Then, if you'll excuse me, I needed to tell Sachi about this as quickly as possible.
森田、よく頭を使え。この状況がチャンスであることに気づけ。
Man. What an awful person. Sachi, things have taken a turn for the worse. No response.
おかえり。
Mana came out of the closet and greeted me. Mana. I felt a drop in the pit of my stomach as soon as I saw Mana's smiling face. You know where Sachi is?
お姉ちゃん。
Her smile vanished.
学園に行くって外に。
School? I must have just missed her.
マナのことじーっと見て、それからちょっと泣きそうな顔になって。
I start to feel a vague sense of unease. You wait here and fix dinner. I damn near flew out of the room.
想像しいぞ。
Has Sachi come here?
完全に行き違いだ。金額が釣り上がったことを伝えると、何も言わずに部屋を出て行った。
God, where the hell did she go? I couldn't resist the urge to click my tongue. Right then, the door swung open. Sachi. Sachi quietly entered the room. Hey, you heard the details, right? She was carrying a bulging knapsack, most likely filled with bills. Sachi's expression was grim. Her eyes looked at everything and nothing at once. Sachi, what's wrong? That money isn't going to be enough. She completely ignored me and marched straight up to Hozuki.
お金そこそこあるよ。
それで
Hozuki didn't even bat an eyebrow.
この金額なら私の義務が解消されるんでしょ。
What? Are you... Sachi, you couldn't be.
手続きは私が済ませよう。
Wait!
森田は黙っていろ。これは光弘幸個人の問題であり、公当人としての権限を逸脱するな。
Like I could be silent about this. I stormed over to Sachi. Hey, you're joking, right? Weren't you going to use this for mana?
金額が足りないのであれば仕方があるまい。
You're the one who should remain silent. I can't tolerate something like this. Something about this situation was just wrong. Hozuki's conclusion may have been obvious from a pragmatic standpoint, but... Sachi, you said it yourself, didn't you? That you wanted to set Mana's mind at ease. I felt terrible about doubting your motives. Mana was incredibly grateful to you for saving her, you know? Shouldn't you at least give this a little bit more thought? For her sake? However, Sachi's gaze did not meet my own for even a moment. Something deep within her had already made its decision.
どいて
I refuse.
どいてったら
Please Something slammed into the back of my head. I saw stars. I crumpled to the floor.
権限を逸脱するな。
I turned around, only to have Hozuki thrust his cane into my forehead.
ほおずきさん、私さっき貯金を全部下ろしてきたんだよね。でもどんだけかき集めてもこれだけだったの。この金額じゃ私は自由になれてもマナは連れて行かれちゃうんでしょ。
そうだ、額面の桁が違う。
へえ。
I could do naught but look on in silence. Naught but listen to her sigh of utmost resignation and silence.
どうしようもないんだ。しょうがないんだ。私ってなんてどうしようもないお姉ちゃんだったらしょうがないんだ。そっか。だったらさ、こんな
I gasped.
こんなもんに何の意味があるっていうのよ。
Bills scattered through the air.
少しでもいい。こんなもん全部あげるから。何でもするから。
The sunlight bounced off of a tear shining in Sachi's eyes.
マナに時間を与えて。これを頭金でも何でもしてくれていいから。とにかくマナを連れて行かないで。
Hozuki remained calm in the face of Sachi's desperation to the end.
少女を競りにかけると、
そんな言い方するな。
頭金はいいとして追加の金をどうやって用意するのだ。
それはどうにでも。
She bit her lip. Sachi clenched her fists, frustrated with her own powerlessness. Veins bulged along the surface of her arms.
考え直せ。森田を早く試験に合格させるためにも、お前はその金で義務を解消するべきだ。
うるさい。マナを見捨てて私だけ自由になろうだなんて、そんなことできるわけない。
Painful words for someone like me.
お金は絶対用意するって。だからそれまで待ってよ。
どうやって用意するのかと聞いている。
それはだから
莫大な金額だぞ。お前のような少女が一生かけても得られない額だ。ましてお前の一日は12時間しかない。
Sachi seemed to be on the verge of assaulting Hozuki.
こんなのって何かがおかしいよ。マナは何も悪くないのに。私たちはただ普通に暮らしていただけなのに、どうにもならないだなんて、そんなの理不尽すぎるよ。お金がないっていうだけで、なんでどこの誰かも知らないやつに好き勝手されなきゃいけないの。絶対何かが間違ってるって。
Her shriek echoed throughout the room. Sachi, that's enough. I shook my head.
ケンイチまで何言ってんの。おかしいと思わないの。
No, that's not what I meant. You said you'd do anything.
それこそ一生働いたっていい。
She had said it. No matter how exhausted you get, even if you're on the verge of collapsing, you want to help Mana. The girl who had only ever thought about herself was...
あの子は私が拾ったんだから、最後まで私が面倒見なくてどうするのよ。
Are you serious? I stared straight at Sachi. Very well. I took a business card out of my breast pocket and threw it at Sachi. I'll buy that determination of yours. Sorry, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, like I said. This is more emotional than I thought.
ケンイチ、さっきの話、未だに信じられないんだけど。
All you need to do is complete painting. When you do, I'll buy it from you.
でも、あんなとんでもない金額で買ってくれるの？
If you put everything you have into your painting, I most certainly will.
いや、そうじゃなくて、 そんな大金どうして持ってるの？
Her eyes flitted over my face, searching for answers. Because I'm a company president.
MK ストレングスカンパニーって。
It stands for Morita Kenichi Strength Company.
じゃあ変態で非常識で叩かれまくってた前社長ってあんたのことだったの？
You hicks. At least read the newspaper.
すごいね。
It was plain from the look on Sachi's face that she now regarded me as something more extraordinary than a friend.
いや、それは失礼いたしました。
That's why I hadn't wanted to say it. Someone my age being capable of amassing such financial success wasn't a good thing. That's very true. People would look at you with jealousy. And there'd be a lot more people with ulterior motives to be your friend.
やっぱりすごいね。どうして短期間でそんな大きな会社を作れたの？
Hell if I know.
社長さん
She had certainly cheered up. Oh, can it? All I did was listen to what the more experienced guys had to say and try to implement their ideas until our IPO at least.
でももう働いてないんでしょ？本当にお金あるの？
Ever heard of founder's profit?
よく知らない。
Well, to put it simply, I'm rich as hell. I could even buy you for the night. I think you could buy her for more than a night, Kenichi.
だから恥ずかしいなら言わなきゃいいのに。
Sorry, but even I needed to get accustomed to it. You have 10 days. Try to paint a picture that satisfies me.
10日？
Pops won't wait any longer than that.
私ってすごいスローペースなんだけど。
10 days would be more like 5 days for you, wouldn't it?
ちょっと待ってって。いや、あんた常識なさすぎだって。普通は1ヶ月近くかけるもんなんだって。
You already have your tools, so begin immediately.
怖っ。
Didn't you say you would do anything? We found a light at the end of this hopeless tunnel. I'll be very disappointed in you if you keep complaining.
わかったよ。絵を描くよ。描くしかないんだから。マナのために。
Good luck, Sachi.
お姉ちゃん、おかえり。
She worriedly looked over Sachi. Rejoice, Mana. Your sister is going to paint. She stared at me vacantly.
本当に？
Vacantly. She won't go back on her words this time. She's finally found her motivation.
どうして？何かあったの？
Well, it would be best if we kept the fact that it was for the purposes of detaining Mana a secret. Because she loves painting, of course.
本当？お姉ちゃん、本当なの？
What's wrong? She starts shaking all of a sudden.
嬉しいよ。お姉ちゃんの絵がまた見れるなんて。お姉ちゃんがまたやる気になってくれるなんて。泣くことないって。だってしょうがないな。
Sachi rubbed Mana's head and spoke gently to her.
安心して。今度は絶対に投げ出さないから。ありがとう。
Suddenly, the door flung open.
感動した。
You're a pain in the ass, is what you are. Why is he even here, damn it? We kick Isono out and enjoyed a light supper amongst ourselves. Sachi, where are you going to paint?
町の入り口にしようと思う。ひまわり畑ね。お姉ちゃんはやっぱりあの風景が好きなんだね。
Of course she did. It was the place where they had met. Good luck. I'm looking forward to it.
ケンイチって絵の良し悪しなんてわかるの？
Of course I am. Honestly though, I'd never been very interested in art. Like, you know, if the artist commits suicide, the value of their painting skyrockets. Oh my god, Kenichi. That's... Stop.
全然知らないみたいだね。マナの方が詳しいよ。
That was super dark humor, dude. Holy shit, this guy.
マナ、たくさん見たんだもん。たくさん知ってるよ。でも、やっぱりお姉ちゃんの絵が一番すごいんだよ。ありがとう。
Her response was a bit awkward. Listen up. I intend to buy a painting from you maggot commoners. So you had better not give me a load of crap. I won't accept anything but your best efforts.
わかったってば。
Okay then. It's time for an outing.
出発？もう7時だよ。
Now, we still have half an hour left.
いや、それじゃあひまわり畑に着いて終了だから。
Still, you'd be able to paint a little, right? Even if it's just for 5 minutes or 10 seconds. Come on, at least take a look at the scenery you're gonna paint.
外で泊まれっての？
Don't worry, I'll make sure that you're in a nice warm bed when you open your eyes.
明日からでいいと思うよ。お姉ちゃんなんだか最近はずっと疲れてるみたいだし。
Sorry, Mana, but you have no idea what is going on here. We have no time to spare. Let's go, Sachi. We didn't have the time to be dilly-dallying about. Remember, you told me that you didn't have enough time. I spoke in a hushed voice so that Mana wouldn't hear me.
そうだね。ごめん。私が間違ってた。本当に行くの？
You should come too, Mana. We'll cheer on Sachi together.
あんまり脇からちょっかい出さないでね。
We grabbed Sachi's materials and headed out.
この時間に外出することってあんまりないからなんだかそわそわするね。
Well, it is almost 7. There's no rule saying that you have to be in bed to be stopped, though.
洞窟でも寝たしね。3人でお出かけするの楽しいね。
Mana gave us a huge smile. Sachi's decision to take up painting again had probably made her happy from the bottom of her heart. A beautiful college of red and yellow colors took our breath away as soon as we arrived at our destination. A carpet of sunflowers paved the way for the evening sun.
すごいね。
I can't believe they've grown this much. It was hard to believe that a tank had passed through here only 7 years ago.
っていうか、もう7時なんだけど。
Good night.
お休みって来た意味ないんだけど。
You got to scope it out a bit, right?
まあね、コナンよりは良かったかな。
Sachi stretched and looked out at the sunflowers.
お姉ちゃん、頑張ってね。うん、なんだかやる気出てきたかも。
Onei-chan, do your best.
なんでいきなりキモいキャラなの？
Well, you haven't been very energetic lately, so I figured I would just joke around a bit.
これからは全然笑ってる暇ないと思う。
You won't have the time to go chasing after booms and trading money either. And poker is just out of question.
わかってる。ガチンコで書かなきゃ間に合いそうにないしね。寝る間も惜しんで書くよ。
I'll pay you fair and square as long as you give me a masterpiece.
やってみるよ。
Sachi sighed briefly.
でも、ケンイチってなんだかんだで最後には何とかしてくれるキャラじゃなかったっけ？
Nah, don't rely on me. I might be a hard M, but I'm also a soft S.
よくわかんないって、私の言葉が映った？
Yeah, that's... that's freaking hentai talk. It just means that I'll be strict with the people close to me.
覚えておくよ。なんとなくケンイチが怒ったら壊そうってのは分かってるから。
Don't worry, I won't get angry with you.
頑張らなきゃ。
She turned her gaze toward Mana. Mana's feet were swaying back and forth. She looked pretty sleepy.
マナが一番疲れてるんだもんね。
Sachi looked at Mana with concern in her eyes. Everything would turn out okay as long as Sachi could feel that way about Mana. She would definitely finish that painting. If you seriously put everything you have into this, I'll even get your obligation cancelled too.
マジ？
Yeah. Most likely.
がぜんやる気が出てきたよ。
That's the spirit. The evening sky would soon turn from red to black. The sun had definitely started setting earlier than it had been when I had arrived.
じゃあおやすみ。
A lukewarm summer breeze complemented Sachi's smiling profile. Sachi's new life began tomorrow. It does. A beautiful, serene sky stretched out before us. The hissing of the cicadas drifted in all the way from the mountains. Man, it's officially midsummer now, ain't it, One-chan? Sachi starts squirming around on my back.
ここは
Are you still half asleep? We're at the sunflower field, doofus.
なんでまさかここで寝てたっての
Don't worry, I made sure you slept in your bed.
じゃあなんでここに
Because the time it took to get here would be wasted, yeah?
なるほど。
She seemed surprised at how things had been moving.
つまりケンイチは送迎無料の私専属運転手ってわけ
Ain't that just peachy?
楽ちんは楽ちんだね。
She looked downward and took a deep breath.
よーし今日もビリッと頑張るぞで寝起きにパソコンいじる癖が抜けきれてないや。
Sorry, but the only actions left available to you are eating, painting, and stopping.
鬼コーチってわけ
Special high-class individuals are far more frightening than demons.
まだ試験途中なくせに。
Well, then help me out here. Rehabilitating you is the first part of my exam, you know?
わかった。ケンイチのためにも頑張るよ。
Thanks. My heart skipped a beat there.
朝ごはん作ってきたよ。
Mana ran up to us. Good work. She had brought us a basket containing breakfast.
これからはマナがお弁当を作ってケンイチがお姉ちゃんを送り迎えするんだもんね。
Mana smiled at me. Yeah, we decided that yesterday. Righto. Teehee. Dear God, Kenichi.
ケンイチなんかキモいな。
Shut up. Hurry up and finish eating so you can paint.
はーい。
Oh yeah, one more thing. From 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., you'll have 3 total hours of break time. This will include sleep.
3時間ね。その間に睡眠と風呂とご飯を済ませろと。
Sound fair? You get to work on the painting for 9 hours. That's pretty much the same as your average workday.
理屈じゃそうだね。
People really love wasting time nowadays.
ケンイチ、ちょっと社長だったからって調子に乗ってきてない？
He's completely right, though. Well, yeah, I'm an overconfident bastard who just so happens to be filthy rich. Would anyone expect me to not be full of myself?
呆れた。一人っ子？ん？どうしたの？
Yeah, I was. I felt like lying.
マナとお姉ちゃんは一人っ子だけど一人っ子じゃなくなったんだよね。ねえ。ねえ。
Whatever, dude. I wasn't really sure why, but it seemed that the word right was getting popular among the three of us. Mana and I decided to watch over Sachi after finishing breakfast. Sachi had her arms crossed and was facing the canvas. Mana, you can go back home if you want.
いいの。
Yeah, it's pretty hot out here. You could get heat stroke or something.
楽しいからいいの。
I see. If she really found silently watching Sachi from behind to be that interesting, then I guess I couldn't complain. Sachi alternated between staring at her canvas and staring at the sunflowers. It looked like she was comparing the two. How's it going? As soon as I said that,
話しかけないで。
she growled at me in a manner most unbefitting of an energetic type. Sorry. She was really serious about this. I couldn't believe that someone as easygoing as Sachi could put on such an air of determination. This was proving to be quite promising indeed. Looked like I needed to just sit back and enjoy the show. Sachi, it's almost noon. I called out to her. She gave no response at all.
お姉ちゃん
She had been sitting in the exact same position all morning. Don't tell me she had been sleeping. Hey, it's lunchtime. Sleeping had been a pretty idiotic assumption to make. Hey, Sachi, it's lunchtime. She was paying absolutely no attention to the outside world. Hey! Now what?
っての
Huh? What was that?
いいっての
Sorry. I saluted her and fled the scene.
どうだったの
This is bad. That's not Sachi. The energetic and money-grubbing Mitsuhiro Sachi is dead. I explained the situation, drenched in sweat.
お姉ちゃんじゃないなら誰なの
I don't know, but let's call her Great Master for now.
お姉ちゃんは巨匠巨匠って何
Someone who's amazing.
マナのお姉ちゃんはすごいんだよ
But man, I was seriously surprised.
お姉ちゃん怖かったの
Yeah, I felt like anything that touched her would get destroyed.
かっこいいね
Right? Wait, how the heck is that cool?
マナのお姉ちゃんはかっこいいんだよ
Mana would stick by her sister to the bitter end. Well, in any case, it looks like Sachi won't be joining us for lunch. I opened up the basket that Mana had brought.
お姉ちゃんが食べないならマナも食べないよ
Hey now, don't do something silly like that.
だってお姉ちゃんに悪いもん
Feeling sorry for her won't do you any good. Humans gotta eat when they gotta eat, regardless of anyone else.
やだ
She blew a raspberry at me and turned around. You're disobeying me?
だってケンイチもマナも見てるだけだもん大変なのはお姉ちゃんだけだもん楽してたらずるい
Shut up! I'm rich, you know. I can have fun if I want to.
お金持ちだからって楽してたらすぐにお金なくなっちゃうんだよ
Stop trying to pretend that you know anything about being rich.
だってマナお金があったらもっと勉強の本買うよお金があったらたくさんお金を使いたくなるんだよだからすぐなくなるんだよ
Psh. Taking mana lightly was not a good idea. Fine then. I'll eat all by myself. I snorted and removed a lunchbox from the basket.
それがいいよ
Mana gave me a big grin. What a great kid. I muttered to myself. It's not that I don't feel bad for you and Sachi, but I'm sorry. A man's gotta eat.
気にしないでいいよ
Another smile. What a carefree kid. I withdrew my hand from the lunchbox. No, that simply won't do. I need to show that I possess nary the slightest trace of mercy. The sergeant always has to play the bad guy. That's right. I'm gonna eat all I want and blow smoke right into Sachi's face.
ケンイチはどうしてそんなに独り言多いの
I suppose it would seem a bit unnatural to an outside observer. I'll die from loneliness if I don't talk.
じゃあマナが一緒にお話ししてあげるよ
Yet another smile. You've got some guts. Showing a shadow being like me a sunshiny smile like that. God, I'm getting kind of pissed. I'd like to violate that filthy sisterly affection of yours. This guy is kind of nuts.
両辱両辱って何
By violate, I mean... Never mind, it's too embarrassing to say.
エッチなことなの
Okay? How did you know?
ケンイチがお顔を真っ赤にするのは大抵そういう話をするときだよ
What swiftness of wit. This kid's a freaking prophet.
でもエッチなことってマナよくわかんない
I let out a sigh of relief. Not knowing is a good thing. In fact, it'd be pretty scary if you did know.
はあはあするんでしょ
What the fuck? What?
だからはあはあするんでしょ
Mana, let's postpone this conversation until you're a bit older. Mana and I continued our silly conversation until the sun went down. The dying sun barely peeked out above the horizon, crows squawked all around us. Sachi continued her measured comparisons between the canvas and the sunflowers. Every once in a while, she'd move her pencil across the canvas.
お姉ちゃん、すごいね。
That's our great master for you. She ended up not taking a single break.
ずーっと椅子に座ってて、ずーっと同じ姿勢だよ。
I have to admire her concentration.
ちょっとは休まなくていいのかな。
Mana looked up at me with anxiety spread across her face. Yeah, it'd be best for her to take at least one break before 7 rolls around. Hey Sachi, I'm sorry to disturb you, but how about taking a break? You should at least take a nap before this starts wearing on you. Hey.
ダメ。
Hmm?
全然ダメ。こんなんじゃ。
Eh? Sachi ripped a paper off of her canvas and crumpled it up into a ball in one fell swoop. Hey! Why are you wasting materials? You didn't have to throw it away. Sachi just stared at her feet. To be frank, I had no idea what to say.
お姉ちゃん、できた？どうしたの？いや、ちょっと失敗したから、また書き直そうと思って。失敗？調子悪かったの？なんていうか、勘が働かなくて。どうして謝るの？だって、早く見たいでしょ？今日は少しも進まなかったから。無理しないでいいよ。お姉ちゃん、すごいかっこよかったよ。そう？うん。巨匠だね。
Indeed. I chimed in once I saw that Sachi had regained her composure. You have it on you to continue. You've technically already been at this for 9 hours now.
今日はもうやめておく。むしゃくしゃするし。
I'm sure you realize this, but I'd just like to repeat that we do not have much time.
わかってるって。
You may have spent the day mulling over something, but from my perspective, you've yet to produce any results.
わかってるっての。
She was pissed off. At least it meant that she had realized that she couldn't go on like this. I would look forward to a magnificent comeback tomorrow. Should we get going? Mana went into the kitchen and started dinner as soon as we got home. Sachi was in a foul mood.
明日目が覚めたら、私またひまわりに囲まれてるの。
Yeah, simple, right?
強制的に書かせようってこと？
You don't want to.
嫌とか言ってられる状況じゃないし。
Then keep at it. You look pretty cool doing it.
まだ鉛筆しか握ってないんだけど。
Man, you're pretty nervous. Is this really the Sachi I know?
サチじゃなかったらなんだってのよ。
You were so pissed off that I thought you were One.
森田健一なんて死んじゃえ。
That was pretty good. Sachi had finally loosened up a little bit.
マジで疲れた。1年分の集中力を使い果たしちゃった。
I was getting nervous just looking at you. It was quite the spectacle.
マジで？私、オーラ出てた？
Definitely. I saw a dragon.
すごいでしょ。ちょっと私っぽくな一面を見たでしょ？
It's marvelous. Remember, you can do anything if you just put your mind to it.
ああ、それ、おじさんにも言われた。
Yeah, he said it to me too. But in my case, I really couldn't do it if I just put my mind to it. Typo.
どうしたの？ 変な顔してたよ。
Oh, that's just the incredibly handsome face I was born with. Ha ha ha.
健一ってエッチトークした時とおじさんの話が出た時によく字が出てるような気がするんだけど。
That's because I'm seriously not good with dealing with sexual stuff. And wouldn't you expect a high-class individual to react a bit strongly to the mention of Higuchi Saburo, one of history's greatest criminals?
本当にそれだけの理由？
What the hell? Get your face away from me. Don't sniff me.
もしかしてあんたおじさんの隠し事かなんじゃない？
Eh? Thought she had me for a second there.
おじさんってね、すっごいモテ王だったのよ。ヤリチン大統領だったのよ。
So I've heard. It doesn't seem that he actually had that many children.
ケンとお姉さんのリリコっていう人だけ
Yeah. Those two are no longer with us though.
いないんだ。
Well, that's what they say.
どっちなのよ。
Hell if I know. From an official standpoint though, their records have been erased.
そっか。
She arched an eyebrow at me.
私さ、
Yeah?
あんたがケンなんじゃないかなって思ったことあるんだけど。なわ
She had told me that before.
けないか顔が全然違うもんね。いや、ケンも綺麗な顔してたんだけどさ、なんていうか、目つきとかオーラみたいなのが違うんだよね。
Of course, we're different people. Don't confuse me with that shitty piece of trash.
そんなに怒らないでよ。
Ah, crap. Well, anyway, you should get to sleep.
ご飯だよ。
Mana came in carrying plates. Good timing. Today's meal is quite extravagant. Look, it's even got your favorite, cockroaches.
勝手に私をゲテモノ食いにしないでよ。ゴキブリなんて入ってないぞ。
I think they're pretty good myself, though. My second favorite after sweets, maybe.
キモいな。マナ、テレビでしかゴキブリ見たことないよ。
I see. I guess there aren't any in such a hick town. What a shame.
キモいな。キモい。
Supper continued, while the other two looked at me with disdain. I wonder why. They actually eat really clean cockroaches, you
ご
know?
ちそうさま。
I mean, I've never tried eating cockroaches because I'm scared of bugs. I really hate how they look, but how many feet they have. Ugh. Just thinking about cockroaches and, like, if you look at their feet, kind of gives me a bad image in my head.
食ったらすぐ寝よーっと。そして太るよーっと。
You're pretty lively.
マナ、お風呂入ってくる。
Mana pattered off into the bathroom.
じゃあ寝るね。7時になったら起こして。
Will you be able to get by with only 2 hours of sleep a day?
いつも3時間か4時間くらいだったから、ちょっときつい程度かな。
I see. I'm surprised you can be so energetic with only that much sleep.
慣れれば平気だよ。ケンイチだってあんまり寝ないでしょ。
Well, I am still young.
私もみんなの半分しか生活しなくても同じように年を取っていくのかな。
That's actually a good point. I don't know. Of course.
なんか不公平だね。
It's the kind of obligation it is. If you don't like it, then hurry up and get rid of it.
絵を描き切ったら義務もなくなる？
That depends on you. The point behind this activity is to learn the importance of time. As long as I can be assured that you will not waste your time in the future, I'll pass along a report to the higher-ups. There is the possibility that they would reject it, but if Pops were involved, I could probably rest assured. Although, to that end, I needed to ensure that Pops was satisfied with the situation. He hadn't given me any major criticisms yet, so I probably haven't made any significant mistakes with my guidance. Though, I got the feeling that all I had been doing was living with her. There hadn't been any guidance per se to speak of. This wasn't good. I'd become a laughingstock if this kept up.
ケンイチさ、人の目の前でブツブツ言う癖を直した方がいいよ。
Huh? I said that out loud?
内容は聞き取れなかったけどね。
Let's go all out tomorrow.
わかったよ。私は絵を描くだけだから。
Then hurry up and get to sleep.
おやすみ。
Sachi went to bed. I decided to go have a smoke and then do some exercise. My shoulder was still messed up and all. I needed to keep my body working properly. Relaxing. My smoke drifted along with the summer breeze.
まだ寝ないの？
Oh, I was just thinking about something.
あれ？なんかすごい汗かいてるよ。
Yep, been doing a bit of muscle training is all.
ほほー。ケンイチは強そうだもんね。
Of course, I am strong. I can kill any cockroach in one blow, no matter how big it is.
おー。マナにも必殺技教えて。
I can't do that. You're just not suited for violence.
チェつまんないの
Maybe some other time. As I looked at Mana, I thought, I have the money. I have enough to save her if I take out all of my savings. Maybe it'd be better to just pay the money now and get it over with instead of making Sachi paint a picture for me to buy. The worst case scenario in this situation would be having the king raise his price even further. I doubt we'd be able to prepare a sum rivaling that which the leader of an entire country could prepare. Just 10 days, huh? Until then, it's all about whether or not Sachi puts effort towards her rehabilitation.
何考えてるの
About how lucky we are to have so much time. Mana shook her head.
お姉ちゃん、あんまり大変そうな素振り見せないからね。
Right.
ケンイチはお姉ちゃんを見てる人なんでしょ
Yep. I'm the guy who has to make sure she takes her medicine and who assists her on the path to freedom.
どうやったらお姉ちゃんは自由になれるの
Sorry if you heard that. That was, someone closing the door downstairs. She has to become an upstanding human being. I'd said it myself, but I didn't really understand what the word upstanding was supposed to mean.
お姉ちゃんがかっこよければいいのかな
Well, I guess. Something like that.
じゃあやっぱり絵を描くのがお姉ちゃんにとって一番なんだね
I think so too.
マナねお姉ちゃんが自由になれるんだったら何でもするよ
And let's cheer her on together.
マナ頑張って毎日ご飯作るね
I'll take care of all your expenses until she finishes her painting.
ありがと
Don't get me wrong. I'm just lending you a little money as a friend. Sachi's gotta pay me back when she gets rich.
うお姉ちゃんはきっと大金持ちになるから平気だよ
Well, yeah, she is the great master. She had been a little out of it today, but I was certain that she would make some progress tomorrow. Alright, tomorrow, we're gonna give it our all at full power. We exulted beneath the starry sky, dreaming together of a future where Sachi had her freedom. The next morning at 7 a.m., get up and start working.
お姉ちゃん頑張れまた寝起きの気分最悪
Here, drink this. I took out my thermos.
ありがとう何この草甘ったるい飲み物は
Hey, it's just honey juice. I told you before, right? It's great for the body. Sugar is important in the mornings.
そういえば前にも飲まされた記憶が
Her head was spinning.
はいお姉ちゃん朝ごはん
She presented some rice balls.
ありがとう
We boiled some of your favorite cockroaches in soy sauce and put them in the rice for you.
なんてことすんのよケンイチ嘘ついちゃダメだよそれは小魚の佃煮だよ
Isn't the texture pretty similar though?
だからってゴキブリとか言われたら食欲なくすっての
Actually, there's been an unprecedented cockroach boom lately.
そうなの
Really, people in the city are raising them as pets.
飼ってるの
You heard me. And once they've raised one, they go out and buy 10 more.
飼ってどうするの
To eat, of course.
マジで
This might sound absurd to a commoner like you. Cockroaches taste quite fine once you cook them. Sheesh, you hicks with your preconceived notions. We can't fly because humans can't fly. Do you think someone who thought like that could have invented the airplane?
ほ何力説してんだか
We can't eat dirt because humans can't eat dirt. Do you think someone who thought like that could have eaten dirt?
ならなくていいよ
We can't photosynthesize because humans can't photosynthesize. This is another form of irrational prejudice.
人間としての枠を超えてるじゃん
After she finished breakfast, Sachi sat on her stool and turned toward the blank canvas. We figured that we'd just get in her way if we were too close, so we watched her from quite a ways away. Man, this sure is boring for us, huh, Mana?
そんなこと言っちゃダメだよ。お姉ちゃんは頑張ってるんだから。
Well, yes, but that doesn't change the fact that it's boring for us.
暇じゃないよ。お姉ちゃんを応援してるんだもん。
Cheer, then just start shouting and have at it.
うるさくしたらお姉ちゃんに怒られるんだよ。
Then how should we cheer her on?
ずっとお姉ちゃんの背中を見て気持ちを込めるんだよ。
What kind of feelings?
お姉ちゃんの後ろはマナが守るからねって。
Is that really the issue here?
そうかな。お姉ちゃんが安心して絵を描けるようにするのがマナとケンイチのお仕事だよ。
Yeah, I understand. I'll offer her my own sort of prayers too. I stare at Sachi's back. Gee. God damn it, Kenichi.
ケンイチうるさいよ。
I'm just putting my feelings into it.
どんな？
Mana will protect your back.
本当に？
And I'll protect Mana's back.
マナは守らなくていいよ。
And someone is protecting my back too. Isn't that kind of a scary thought? Like, you get into an accident in the mountains and wake up safe and sound in a cabin with no one else around.
何言ってるんだよ。ケンイチの後ろには誰もいないんだよ。
No, there is. I'm certain that someone is protecting me.
あんた？
Hmm?
ケンイチいつもブツブツ言うとき、あんたって人に話しかけてるよ。
Oh, please don't talk about that too much. I read a lot of hard-boiled SF novels, so I've developed a habit of narrating real life like a protagonist in one of those.
マナ、その小説読んだことないよ。
What? You're kidding, right? They're like the people's Bible. If you don't read them, you're not gonna fit in at school.
マナも学園に行きたいよ。
Her eyes started watering. Nah, you'll just get dumber if you go to school. The teachers are all trash, your friends are all stupid, and the rules are all pointless.
そうなの？
If you can't study, they treat you like you're worthless. Kids who don't fit in are considered failures as human beings. The only thing you can do inside of that prison is listen to what the teachers tells you.
先生は偉いの？
No, not at all. They become the ruler of that little world just because they're a bit older than everyone else. It's crazy.
そうなんだ。
Moreover, everyone knows that I'm the ruler of the game. Give me a break, man.
ケンイチが一番狂ってるよ。
Anyway, I never really attended school, so I don't know much about it.
わからないのに文句言ってちゃダメだよ。
I'm sure a nice, honest girl like you would be bullied.
いいもん。お姉ちゃんが助けてくれるもん。
Yeah, she knew what it was like to be ostracized too.
お姉ちゃん、頑張って。
Mana clenched her fist in a demonstration of support. Noon had rolled around. Ah, so boring. Sachi's supervision is such a pain.
ちょっとは黙ってられないの？
People die when they get lonely.
怒るなよ。
Sachi arose from her seat while Mana and I were screwing around. Was she taking a break? She headed towards us.
お姉ちゃん、お疲れ様。
I hope you're not just staring into space over there. Sachi narrowed her eyes at me in irritation. I've been watching you be lazy all morning, you know. You just sat there with your arms crossed the whole time. You didn't even pick up the pencil.
ケンイチ、お姉ちゃんはまだ調子が悪いんだよ。
Mana, please don't indulge her. She's just pretending to pass time. I can tell.
うるさいな。
If you're not inspired here, then maybe we should go elsewhere. You don't know what you're good at until you actually try drawing it.
何？そのちょっと専門的な意見は。ケンイチは絵に詳しいの？
Nah, not really. I just said something that sounded correct.
知ったかぶりじゃん。
I'm pretty good at making mandala though. I needed a subject for art, and it came down to a choice between that and pre-match Muay Thai dance.
そんな激マイナーな二択で悩まないでよ。
So there you have it. As a special high class individual, I'm well versed in just about every form of art.
そんなの嘘だよ。
You little punks probably don't know this, but the brand of geometry utilized in mandala used to be employed in murals. It's an art that could be described as the ancestor of all forms of painting. I actually know what a mandala is because my professor in college used to talk about the mandala, dude. Yeah, that's psychology for you.
はそうなんだ。ごめん、知らなかった。
Well, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. I couldn't bring myself to tell them that it was just bullshit after hearing that. Anyway, why don't we have lunch?
私はいい。
Sachi stared straight down and shook her head. She really did take this seriously. And with that, I think I'm going to end the episode here. I think I could actually finish off, to the climax, but I think that will take a bit too long. I kind of want to make this into a two-parter. So, this is where I'm going to end the episode. Like I said though, Sachi's chapter is a lot more emotional than I thought it is. I actually felt her, frustrations. Maybe not 100%, but I feel like the author did a good job of letting it show. Especially the voice acting. The voice acting, the artwork, pretty damn good. I kind of wish that this game had a lot more CG, but, this is an older game. The lack of budget is probably something to do with it, right? I can't really blame it too much. But overall, other than the CG and stuff, everything is pretty smooth. I really like it. I'm enjoying chapter 2 as, not... I really didn't think I was gonna enjoy this chapter that much, but I guess it's proven me wrong. A lot. Because I remember the feeling when I was playing chapter 2 when I was younger. And I was really, really not liking it. But I guess I changed now. That's kind of nice. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Next episode is most likely gonna be the finale for chapter 2, climax. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.